And it's called...
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it. Just
Calm down, bro. How Flash game changed Portal history. Okay, let's see this one.
44. A complete AI.
1 hour! You crazy, Jesus Christ. Okay, man, okay, I'll watch this. Oh, Jesus.
Portal is one of the most influential franchises that Valve has ever made. When Valve announced Portal on July 18th, 2006, with its ever iconic teaser trailer, many people were caught by surprise. It was posited to be part of the legendary Orange Box, and Portal was a little bonus game that would sit alongside hyped giants like Team Fortress 2.
Ooh, is that, that's cool. Cute animal, thank you.
Mechanic was simple on paper, yet absolutely mind-boggling in execution. You had what was known as the Portal device, and the premise is simple. You can shoot the device to place connected portals on surfaces.
I guess there's not gonna be an unboxing today, guys. Next week. I was gonna open the spiritual meaning of Bird's Oracle deck. No, I thought would love this, so... But okay, next week, don't worry, everyone.
If you're here for the story of Portal itself, you're in the wrong place.
I wait, bro. I like to watch what you send me. Don't need to worry, okay?
But not in a way you might typically know about.
You know,
let me ask you a question.
Wait,
have you ever heard of Portal?
Yes, I played that. Someone sent me. No, isn't here. Martians, they will see the unboxing. True, yeah. I guess I played this, man. It's hard, though.
In the Portal community, the Flash version refers to two things, technically. First, a 2D fan game based in Flash that remade Portal's mechanics.
One thing, do you know that they're gonna launch the companion cube for the Steam machine or something? I probably there are gonna be people that are gonna just buy the companion cube itself, man. They don't have the Steam machine, they're just gonna have the cube.
New segments to create a fresh new experience, even for those who played the original 2D game. These two versions of the game would be insanely popular in their own rights. Whatever method you played it in, it was almost certainly part of your childhood if you're a Portal fan. Whether you remember the original Flash version for its easy-to-access nature, or the map pack for its ever-memorable...
You know, I played this Flash game and it was hard, not to go lie. Yeah, I imagine you used to give as a box or as a PC case. Yeah, you know, I was thinking about it. I'm not gonna buy that though, that's too expensive, man, like $200 just for that. But, yeah, I wouldn't buy the Steam machine or something. I would just buy the cape or something like that.
You're not gonna find much remaining information about the origins of the Flash version projects. Just who were the people behind Recreate Stuff when the Flash version was made? What was their story? Did they even think about a silly little Portal fan game they made over 17 years ago? Well, here's the good news. I'm here to bring you on a journey spanning 5 years about how the development, release, and
you're not helping, PewDiePie, I'm still hot.
Would forever change the course of not just fandom history, but Valve history as a whole.
It's open. It's hot, babe.
It was originally only covering one aspect of this history, something near the end of it. But in my pursuit of getting accurate information, I fell into an internet archaeology rabbit hole.
Okay, this archaeology
began to balloon outwards from its original goal. I couldn't just talk about one aspect of this game's history. I needed to talk about all of it.
Jesus, you're obsessed with this then.
To make a documentary
about
this fan game's entire history. And eventually, I hit the bottom. I
really
ran out of information to dig up.
Jesus Christ, where did you go, man?
The Wayback Machine would only take me so far down this pit. I had to turn to a different...
No, not gonna lie, it's very interesting. Okay.
To outright state the surprise, this video project would have been impossible to make, if not for the assistance of the very developers responsible for this game, the people behind Portal the Flash version, Recreate Stuff. Let's not dawdle any further, my friend. Take my hand and let's travel back in time to 2006. where the
I
forgotten
was 2
story of
years old at the
Portal's most
time.
iconic
I
fan
was
game
still a
began.
Gugu Dada, you know.
I thank you for
I was
your
still a
time,
baby.
and I hope you stick around to the end of the story.
In a flash, okay. So every now and then when I see chapter, I just remember Slay the Princess. Now I'm screwed, man.
So,
No, I think it's a role-playing game. Everything that has a chapter in it. Baby Zanita, yes. Yes, I'm a baby. Gugu Dada. I was a baby. No, I'm not a baby now.
Really badly because it looks so cool.
You know, I love Portal, but Jesus, it makes me sick. Like, I can't play it for much long. That's the thing with me, it's quite sad.
So you knew it would be worth the wait.
Yes, talking about Valve, my cutie Patuti said they released something related to Half-Life 3. You know, and I know that my love loves Half-Life, so I'm probably gonna buy it for him. I don't know if it's official, but he said it appeared on the Steam Cube trailer.
There's even a Source Engine project named Excite that spawned its own modding scene.
Ooh, okay, that's quite interesting. Reminds me of Sparf graphics.
The gun. And Portal wasn't just about the portal gun. You really wanted to experience.
Yeah, you know, it's a good game, but my eyes can't handle it. It gets too sick. The Portal Cube presents with the in-store core for the hypothetical HL3, the trailer.
At the time, only 16 and 14 respectively. These two impatient Valve fans.
Okay, I maybe we'll think it's official. I'm not sure, man. Maybe we'll think it's official.
Even experimented with mods, but Portal was truly something special to the duo when they laid their eyes on it. Now, Hen and Ida had to be
wait and see. Okay.
Flash, something that they could submit to Newgrounds. While the two had created short animations and small-scale game projects in Flash, they naturally sat down to develop something.
Don't shoot the horse statue!
We create stuff. Part of the tendency to name things quite literally.
At that time I was 1 year old. 2005, I was still baby Gugu Dada too.
Interest to create a game together. And thus, as the two immediately started to prototype the game, and Ida would begin making a game design document for the project, his first of many, Portal the Flash version was born.
Ooh.
The two teams of We Create Stuff got to work. Ida primarily would handle the programming side of things in Flash, while Hen would handle translating Portal's visuals into Flash. An orthographic look to the game was decided by the duo, as it allowed portals to more visibly appear on surfaces than if they were fully 2D. Of course, behind the scenes, it would still be a two-dimensional game. Ida would begin work on creating a physics engine and developing the portals themselves, referencing pieces of code for a platformer and ActionScript 2.0 for the base movement. Portals would first come into existence via a drag-and-drop system for debugging purposes, letting Ido refine the player physics to a T before he learned how to calculate raycasting in order to have the player actually shoot their portals. Hen, meanwhile, would draw absolutely everything seen in the Flash version, animating the player character frame by frame.
Jesus Christ, so much work.
Named Test Subject 15837, and so too would the portals come to life by his artistic hand. Once the core functionality was down, Portal's test elements would begin to be remade. Buttons and doors would be the first. Later, cubes would be implemented with their own physics to boot. The energy pellets and turrets would be recreated, and even the spiked crushers seen in the original Portal trailer were brought into the fold. The relatively fast-paced nature of the Portal trailer sparked the imagination of Ido and Hen, as they would invent entirely new test elements as well. Electrified floors and plasma walls that safe and deadly variants would be brought in, making the Flash game less about solving complex puzzles and more about the player's agility in deadly environments. Over the course of the next few months, the duo would work on the Flash version day in and day out. They had no development schedule, simply working on it whenever they could. They would even skip school as much as possible to work down on the game.
Skip school for game developing.
Before the orange box came out. Layout designs for the levels would be drawn using MSN Messenger's built-in drawing functions. This was something that Hen and Ido considered a super weapon for the development. They used it to draw out level layouts, explain how mechanics needed to work, and show each other how to reproduce bugs. While they created a system for a following camera for levels that could be larger than a normal screen space, The designs that Hen and Ida created for levels never ended up extending beyond the screen boundaries, and this functionality went unused. The pair had a lot of anxiety in regards to the project, worried about a lot of things. Whether or not the game would be good, how long they should make it, if Valve would even approve of a project like theirs.
Yeah, copyright and stuff, I understand.
Would the mechanics of Portal, as they saw it, even work if translated into 2D? Well, the good news was, seeing deeper mechanics emerge as they designed the levels would subside these fears. There was, in fact, worth to Portal the Flash version, as the intricacies of how the mechanics played together emerged with every level design. Han and Ida would eventually start letting their friends play the Flash version for playtesting purposes, helping them gauge feedback and assisting them in making sure the game worked. Portal interactivity would be tweaked and improved in response to the playtest their friends did, and it showed huge promise as they really enjoyed the concept. With more and more
this is slight, it works really well.
As the days went by and it was showcased at conventions and events, Ida and Han were able to solidify certain aspects of the game, and even add small
even though it was quite hard for me to play it.
Right at the start of the game. As October of 2007 drew closer, the duo of We Create Stuff felt the pressure rising. They needed to get this thing done and out before Valve releases the orange box.
Oh, okay. Sorry for the ads.
Clouds are widely used for the representation of 3D models and digital twins in all projects.
Looking back over their work, Han and Ida had managed to produce over 40 different levels of
Jesus!
or tasks, as they were called. There were plans for a level editor called Nail, a name parodying Valve's hammer, but this had to be thrown out as it would have required a whole rewrite of the engine, and with everything set in stone, the final polishing needed for the game being done, We Create Stuff would find themselves on the very final day possible, October 9th, 2007, hours before Valve would unlock the orange box. Han and Ida would submit Portal the Flash version to the game's Portal Newgrounds. They announced the release of the game on their very own We Create Stuff forums, and paralleled their creation into the depths of the internet, and they headed to bed to get a good night's rest.
Oh, so cute.
Finally,
they made Portal before Valve launched Portal. Slay.
Big games together for the first time. 40 tasks, roughly an hour worth of gameplay, all of Portal's mechanics, filled with a bout of Easter eggs, and even a Source Engine-inspired developer console. All faithfully recreated in 2D on Flash. These two teenagers had no idea what they just unleashed upon the world.
A 2D legacy. Okay.
Days passed, Portal itself was now out, and Ida and Han would push several updates to fix bugs and add some little bonus features to the console. But they weren't aware just how big of a success the Flash version would be the night it was put out. Portal the Flash version instantly reached the Newgrounds front page the day after its release. It proceeded to get a daily feature and even won the weekly user's choice.
Let's go!
As these rewards piled up, the duo truly felt just how overwhelming the response was. I don't think it could be understated just how big of a splash the Flash version made on the internet. We're not talking something on the fandom level. There were tens of millions.
My God, Jesus Christ! Crashed? Wait, really?
Oh.
It crashed?
Wait. It froze.
Is everything alright?
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay, thank you.
It froze for a second.
For a lot of these players, it may have even been the first time they laid eyes on Aperture's handheld Portal device. Han and Ida were only 16 and 14 when they did this.
Sly artists.
The mere idea of having tens of millions of people
7 million
you and your friend made together in any capacity is an unfathomable thing, no matter your age. Let alone
that's amazing, bro.
But it showed greatness.
Oh my God, so fast! I played this game a ton. So cute, you're adorable. I tried and it was so hard for me. I'm so sorry. Wait, sorry for the ad, man. Before I got Portal itself, this was how me and many more could experience it. Yeah, it was free, so it was cool, right? You know, the first time I played Sonic was Flash games too, man. And horse games and many stuff for me was Flash games. Then I bought the games, you know.
Find solace in the Flash version as a worthy supplement. The days, weeks, months, and even years following the Flash version's release would be monumental in their own right. The fan game, despite the 3D original it wanted to emulate being a product for anyone to enjoy, gained a bit of a following as a result of its easy-to-access nature.
Slay.
There were thousands and thousands of videos that came onto the YouTube platform
Slay.
of people just recording themselves playing it. There were people doing blind playthroughs,
Blind? How do they do that? They don't
even
see?
people who got creative with using a Flash version as a vehicle for funny videos.
Oh, that's so cute, tiny.
The thing was
Tiny thing.
that Portal to the Flash version was not seen as a
Batman
worse
slay,
version
so
of Portal
cute.
just because the two coexisted. Portal itself
Why you
was
yell?
only 2 hours
Well, it's not
long
knowing
as a
about the game
playthrough.
before playing. Ah, okay, that's me then. I do a lot of that.
Seen as an inferior Portal game. It was seen as more Portal. It really made me wonder if Valve themselves ever acknowledged.
Yeah, probably they did, man.
This
It was so
something that
famous.
Rhino and Hen did actually try to do. They emailed Valve prior to the launch of the Flash version to show them the game, but unfortunately, the duo recreates.
Oh my god, so mean. Cute tiny face, thank you.
Was at the time working their butts off on finishing the orange box. But considering the absolute reach that this Flash remake of Portal had, it's almost certain that news of it did reach Valve. A few months had passed since the release of the Flash version, and Portal itself had now fully set in. Valve had just created a fan base that was now ready for more content, more puzzles to solve, and Portal 2 wouldn't be on the horizon anytime soon.
I
While
guess.
the Flash version was a worthy supply of more Portal content, it wasn't a first-person game, and there was no GLaDOS. People wanted to step back into the heel springs of Chell and square off against Aperture's Queen once more.
Slay, I guess.
Seeing a starving fan base, got an idea in early 2008.
Starving fan base, oh my.
He would advance the 2D fan game to the next dimension.
Yeah, my page is all glitched, you know, it's black and white and stuff. Look at this, it's a mess. But okay, don't see much of it. Okay, it's all glitched.
The Flash version in Portal 1, utilizing
okay, look at this all glitched, all white and black and stuff.
The task Hen had set himself to seemed absolutely Herculean in scope. The thing is, this wasn't Hen's first rodeo with the Source engine. In 2005, he had actually developed a
horror mode slay.
Nightmare House, the precursor to the insanely popular Nightmare House 2, released in 2010. At the core of Hen's new Source project, it seems like a simple premise. Recreate the Flash version in 3D with actual Portal. But when you break it down, having to remake over 40 levels already makes the Flash version map pack a project that has more content than the original Portal did. And
yeah,
Hen
man,
was
that's a lot.
Alone this time. Through Hen's sheer perseverance.
Why? Where's the other guy?
These levels will be recreated piece by piece.
Did they die?
Decisions had to go into translating these levels into 3D environments. What would work in 3D? What would have to be cut? Is there anything that could be improved upon or changed for this room's layout?
The other
These
guy was mainly just
questions
to the
were
artist.
throughout the entire
Okay.
development course of the Flash
Thank you for
version
telling.
map, as every level had to be translated into 3D.
It's not much help in a 3D map pack. Okay, okay.
The spirits of the original level intact.
Bless you.
Yet they also had to
You're
work in
welcome.
3D without feeling like a first-person camera was slapped into the original game. Hen describes it simply. Because the original Flash version was a 2D game, it meant the camera would be showing a room layout from a perspective the player wouldn't realistically see. This 2D camera meant the Flash version could get away with having large chunks of level dotted about in rooms only accessible through holes, since the player will be able to see all these spots from their platformer-style perspective. However, enter first person, and these layouts would be a straight-up maze to even try and decipher in a reasonable manner. Now,
I guess.
some of the final 3 levels do
Wait, did they recreate it in Portal 2? This looks like Portal 2.
Their layouts. As the levels would need to be remade, so too would their brand new test elements. Crushers would
It's
be
in Portal 1,
reimagined
okay.
themselves. Now there are flat slabs instead of spike plates. Of course, still functionally identical. The plasma fields will be brought to life via the reuse of Half-Life 2's asset set. The force fields the Combine had will be reused as the look for the blue plasma field, while an array of lasers would star as a red plasma field. And the most interesting to see realized, electric fields. No longer just a simple grey bar that glows blue and active. Their remade map pack selves would see them reimagined with electrical arcs shooting between each side of the field, combined with an excellent reuse of sounds. The companion cube, something not known about during the original Flash version development,
Crushers weren't actually in game, okay.
An appearance in one of the remade levels, now featuring a new survival segment where you had to use the cube to shield yourself from turret gunfire on an unstationary scaffold. Alongside simply remaking the levels, Han wanted to try adding various story
So
elements
cute,
to the
companion
experience,
cube.
something not present in the Flash game. The biggest indicator of this is that GLaDOS would finally make an appearance in the Flash version as an actual voice, and not just random disembodied text, commenting on the player's actions the whole way through.
Ooh, okay, sorry for the ads.
Building your app.
There are light walls and laser walls were introduced here before first added in Portal 2. Okay, right. Okay, where is my mouse?
Leads to more thoughts.
Ah, okay, it's here.
As part of a previously mentioned required test protocol, we can no longer lie to you. When the testing is over, you will be...
And, hey, remember how I mentioned way earlier that Hen and Ida were die-hard Half-Life fans? Well, Hen, absolutely hyped from when Episode 2 revealed about Portal, decided to go for some self-indulgent fanfiction, and added a sequence involving the legendary Borealis ship, back at home within the confines of Aperture Science. Then, of course, once all the levels were remade, it came time for an escape sequence. Hen knew that at some point during it, he wanted the player to find something, but wasn't quite sure what it would be. The Borealis had already
Borealis
been used,
before Portal 2 did
but
it. Slay.
luckily, he managed to come up with an idea. A cloning lab.
Ooh.
By adding a lab full of Chell clones, Hen would be able to retroactively show the player that they were just one of many Chells, and even would be able to tie into Portal by having there be multiple of the same test subject. Unbelievably, Hen actually came up with this idea independent from the GLaDOS dialogue that insinuates him having cloned Chell.
Wait,
As the Flash
Chell was
version of Map Pack
clones?
nearing the end of its development, Hen would meet someone who became a friend of theirs. This person is known as Yoav. Yoav was knowledgeable in the audio department of things, who demonstrated to Hen a way they could make their own new GLaDOS voice lines. Hen was excited at this prospect and would collaborate with Yoav on making a test map to see how they could work together.
Yoav
This
might be
map
familiar
was
to you,
known as
okay.
GLaDOS voice test, featuring entirely new GLaDOS lines made by Yoav.
This next test chamber will feature a new element that you
Subject name here.
have never experienced before. Please allow our dear staff to suggest. Watch your step.
Unfortunately though, Hen and Yoav met far too late into the project's development, meaning there was no real room to squeeze in new GLaDOS sequences. However, Hen had been working on something for the map pack that Yoav could contribute to. Inspired by the feeling of being chased through Portal's escape sequence, Hen sought to recreate that feeling in a boss fight. Hen would masterfully craft a design made out of moving pieces of world geometry,
okay.
decals, and models. Around this time of development, Hen was playing
Not gonna lie, really good audio editing to make these voices.
The
Okay.
design of this boss will be influenced by the Hellfire Dreadnoughts from the series, and with this, one of Portal's most iconic fan-made bosses will come into existence.
Oh my.
Someone is going to get badly hurt.
Jesus
Aperture
Christ.
Science heavy-duty super attack mecha. I'll just call it the mecha for brevity. This boss fight would feature a player trying to escape as they would be chased by this huge bipedal foe, needing to avoid being shot by lasers. The second phase would incorporate energy pellets, letting the player actually fight back against the mecha.
You know, this looks so hard, bro. I would not play this.
Was put to the task
Jesus
of
Christ.
boss fight music for the mecha. What he composed was incredibly unique, and it helped give this robot a clear and standout role as the epic finale this map pack needed. With an ending that sought to remind players of the universe they were in, Hen was able to finish the Flash
The music
version
is
map
great,
pack,
slay.
and Yoav managed to contribute something memorable to it. Unlike last time when the original Flash version was passed between friends, Hen actually had put out a call for playtesters on the We Create Stuff blog, letting people give it a try and reporting on anything that needs to be fixed.
But I mean,
On
Yoav
May
is known as
3rd,
another name.
2008,
Okay.
Hen finally released the Flash version map pack to the world. And for the second time, We Create Stuff's work would make a huge splash in the Portal
You'll
fandom.
see. Okay. A 3D legacy. Okay, let's see this one.
Just like with the original Flash version, Hen's incredible work put towards reimagining it in 3D as a Portal map pack paid off. At the time that the map pack came out, it had been half a year since Portal came out, and the map pack was an absolute smash hit. People were
Slay.
amazed by the quality and quantity of the map pack, with many citing it at the time as one of the best Portal experiences they had ever played. Even people who wanted to see more Portal content made by Hen. The TFE map pack for its time was undoubtedly one of the most content-packed Portal 1 mods, featuring 40 test chambers, various elements of story thrown about, and an escape sequence that features one of the most memorable bosses in Portal modding. It was truly a project to behold. Of course, it's one thing to release a Flash game, but it's another thing entirely to release a project on the Source engine of this caliber. In fact, unlike its Flash-based predecessor, Hen released a trailer for the map pack a month prior to its release, which racked up a mind-boggling
Jesus Christ, so many.
106,000 views as the years have gone by. So you really can tell people had their eyes turned towards the map pack. Though, the translation of the Flash version's unique mechanics and levels
Sorry for the ads.
was not what people remember it for. People were much more infatuated with the story elements. The Borealis' presence was a huge one in particular, with Half-Life 2 Episode 2 still fresh in everybody's minds, and Episode 3 hype being incredibly strong in 2008, a lot of people would be ecstatic seeing the Borealis actually within Aperture Science. It was something that truly helped people visualize connecting the stories of Half-Life and Portal, and I wouldn't doubt that it inspired many crossover ideas within the minds of fans as to where the two series could have gone. The Borealis' cameo, cool as it is to this day, was not the only thing that interested people with the map pack story. The cloning lab of Chell's is such an incredibly memorable set piece.
You know, it's quite creepy though, yeah.
That downright defined the map pack in people's memories. The concept of Aperture Science cloning people like Chell was not out of the question. GLaDOS in the base game even has lines related to there being a backup of Chell within the facility.
Yeah, but I thought it was another person. I didn't know it was a clone.
Aperture Science was seen as back in the day. And of course, the epic showdown with the mecha that blasts through the wall for the map pack's finale is a treat. Then the ending, where the map pack teases you once more.
It's ambiguous,
with the reminder,
okay.
You're in the Half-Life universe as a Combine gunship flies overhead, and you're presumably killed by it. Just these
Ooh, so cute, I like that. It's beautiful. Could be clones, could be others. In Portal 2, it's others if they're not clones. Could just be bluff. You know, in the Portal 2 you get other people, you don't get clones.
New Portal experiences would be made by the community. Most notably, in October of that year, 2008, the legendary Portal Prelude would release, a mod with a legacy of its own. As these more story-focused mods would release through the years, the quantity of the Flash version levels would make it seem unappealing. Of course, it was still beloved by many, but people at this time were really into figuring out the lore and backstory of Portal, so fan-made content that served that desire was inevitably going to blow up, especially considering the ongoing Portal 1 ARG.
There's an ARG?
It is rather funny and a little sad to think that the legacy of the Flash version map pack wouldn't be the faithfully recreated 2D levels, but rather the entirely new story segments that were added. In retrospect, Hen still feels like there's some stuff he wishes he could have done for the Flash version map pack. One thing was that players tended to be insanely fast on escaping the mecha, and he wishes he could have made the robot speed up to catch up to them.
Bro, it was so big, the robots, it was realistic to be slow.
With Yoav. There was a lot of potential in the Flash version map pack to make its own unique GLaDOS sequences, and it feels like a bummer that it was missed. Of course, Yoav didn't leave Recreate Stuff side for a while, as he would help them along with many projects going forward, even to this day. For the most part though, this is where Yoav's involvement in this particular story ends. You actually probably have heard of Yoav if you've had any meaningful presence on the internet this past decade, but you're more likely to recognize him by who he became later, because Yoav is actually the living tombstone. Yes,
Slay!
the living tombstone is the same guy who composed the music.
Wait, it's only a guy? I thought it was a band. Told you, cute tiny face, thank you. Aren't they 4 people?
This will not be with the full story of the Flash version itself.
I thought it was 4 people, not 1. The band is basically made by him, okay.
Half would be revealed as Hen and Ido received one of the most jaw-dropping news in their life. Valve.
No way! Yeah, Valve enters the scene. I think others joined him, Slay. So Slay. Told you Valve is watching. Is Valve watching me right now?
Let's rewind the clock a little. While Hen was hard at work on creating the Flash version,
Valve is always looking for new talents.
2008. Valve
Ooh, Slay.
Specifically, Portal 2. In 2008, Portal 2 was not the legendary sequel it ended up releasing as. Instead, Portal 2 in this year would be something entirely different. In the offices at Valve, the company had split up into multiple groups to develop new concepts to try and recapture the lightning in a bottle aspect of Portal's ingenious core mechanic. Seemingly, Valve had found their new bottled lightning, and Portal 2 would enter development under the codename of F-Stop. Now, I think the story of F-Stop bears no repeating for this video. You've very likely heard of it if you're even slightly interested in Portal 2.
The Portal trilogy was related to the release of Portal 2. Okay.
There is, though, something quite anomalous when it comes to Portal in 2008. And when it comes to trying to place it in the development timeline, it's a bizarre oddity. And this oddity would be revealed to the world at Microsoft's conference in E3 2008.
Sorry for the ads.
Finally.
You know, Xbox 360 appeared and now an Xbox ad appears. Jesus Christ, timing,
For
Jesus.
our next announcement, I'd like to introduce a special guest speaker.
Hello.
Yeah! Sorry.
Detention in the press event hall.
Oh, so cute.
Science Enrichment Center is pleased
So
to
cute.
announce the worldwide debut of Portal. Still alive. A true
Still alive.
exclusive for the Xbox
What?
360. Due to
You're
the
joking.
tests being solvable, we are currently
Wait,
manufacturing
is this a real game?
for only the most highly qualified test
Hey,
subjects.
this is not fair. I want to play.
Out of nowhere, it was announced that Valve will be releasing an exclusive version of Portal on the Xbox
It's an
Live
expansion
Arcade,
of Portal 1.
featuring
Do
a
I got
subtitle
it?
of Still Alive.
Did I got it?
Now,
Portal had
this
trouble
version of
development,
Portal
many
wouldn't have
concept
any
concepts with
information
works
about
and
it revealed at
restarts.
first,
Okay.
as things were kept quiet. But slowly,
It's a forgotten Xbox arcade
interesting
only.
development about this Portal version
Do we have to buy an
emerged.
Xbox to play
Once
this?
after E3 2008 in August,
Oh my god,
the
Jesus
Weekly
Christ.
Stuff blog would be lit up with a new update. In this blog post, Ido proceeded to drop a bombshell.
See, okay.
Valve had approached them to port the Flash version map pack to the Xbox 360 through Portal Still Alive. This, to me, is the most curious case of Valve's interaction with the community. While Valve have been known to support and place their modding scene on a pedestal,
Lol.
Portal Still Alive was a very interesting new chapter of the relations between Valve and modders. And unfortunately, this was a second point in documentary's production where I hit a brick wall. How do you even begin and figure out the motivation behind Still Alive's creation? With the whole company focusing on Portal 2 and later Left 4 Dead, the sheer existence of Portal Still Alive is inexplicable. No one on the internet had really cared to wonder this about Still Alive. Nor did Still Alive come with any new developer commentary.
Really?
It was a complete void of information.
Okay, that's
All
weird.
we knew as the public was that it just kind of popped into existence one day. And that answer wasn't one I was going to fold into presenting. I needed to get an answer to ensure I would get the most accurate information possible. So, I did the unthinkable.
Okay. Who is that? SMR keywords. You have it. I have it. Okay.
Portal 2's lead developer. In 2008, Valve was working on Portal 2. Portal 2 at the time was being developed with a new mechanic in mind, and they had spent the better part of the year trying to make this mechanic work with the Portal formula of using it to solve test chambers. However, bridging this gap between the mechanic and Portal's puzzle gameplay was revealing a lot of design problems, something that the Portal 2 team was fighting the uphill battle
Email
as
Portal
they really loved the
Dev,
mechanic
okay.
and were determined to keep it in. Midway through the year, it came time for everyone to drop what they were doing and help push the game out. The first Left 4 Dead game was nearing completion, and thus, resources from all over Valve would become diverted to getting the game out. That is, however, except for 3 people. At the same time that the push for Left 4 Dead's release started, Valve's at the time head of business approached the Portal 2 team and informed them that Microsoft had approached Valve about creating an exclusive version of Portal to put up on the Xbox Live Arcade.
Okay.
Considering this was even being told to the team meant that Valve and Microsoft had shaken on the deal, and that Portal would need an exclusive version made for the digital storefront on the 360 console. These 3 aforementioned people posited to be part of the team for the Xbox Portal exclusive would be Josh Wire, the lead developer of Portal 2, Garrett Rickey, a designer on the first Portal game, and John Guthrie, a veteran map creator at Valve. With them needing to ship this product within the year, and the fact the team was so small, the team could not be ambitious. And with the rest of Valve now all working on Left 4 Dead, these 3 developers would start production on Portal Still Alive. The fascinating part is that Valve typically would not do things like this in-house, as historically, these forms of exclusive console versions and expansion packs would be handed off to other companies to do, such as Gearbox's Half-Life 1 expansion.
Wait, this is real?
Which made Still Alive's development quite anomalous for the company to be doing themselves.
Okay, they're like,
they could have gotten away with
I have to buy how many consoles to get everything then? Yes, oh Jesus.
Still Alive. Instead, the Still Alive team wanted to feature some community-made content.
Luckily it's all on PC, thankfully, Jesus Christ.
Luckily for the Still Alive team, they recently released an impressively made TFV map pack by Hen.
It's Steam after all, okay.
The Still Alive team would email Recreate Stuff, asking if they could acquire the level design for the Flash version map pack, causing Hen and Ida to be jaw-drop stunned at the revelation that Valve was interested in officializing what they made. The TFV duo happily agreed to the deal.
That's so cute.
The Still Alive team would breathe a sigh of relief, knowing that a huge development load had been lifted off their shoulders.
Order free samples or small quantities directly from the NX store.
Bless you.
Thank you.
It wasn't the first time Valve had specialized content into a retail product, as Half-Life 2 Deathmatch contains various maps created by modders as part of the base package. There's still
Why is there a toilet in there?
Test chambers from the Flash version map pack, and even create some of their own, totaling up to create 14 new levels for Still Alive. Polishing up a portion of the escape sequence would be considered, but dropped. The goal of the Still Alive team was not just to port these levels for 360 players to enjoy, but to also polish them to a higher standard, This would range from improving the art direction of textures and lighting to making puzzles more clear and readable to players. GLaDOS' presence would be dropped from Still Alive in the translation of the TFE map pack to a retail product, which helped in cementing the project in a non-canon position in the wider world of Portal media. As mentioned prior, the existence of Portal Still Alive will be announced once E3 of 2008 rolled around during Microsoft's showcase, and Doug Lombardi will confirm the existence of new levels in Still Alive based on the Flash version map pack included as challenge levels. In order to help aid the development process and cement the bonus status.
Yeah, this is Portal 2 now, right? I noticed Portal 1, forget it.
From each other, having to
I confused both.
Individually via the menu. This circumstance applying the levels as individual bonus maps.
Oh, I got that, right?
Still Alive team to add a replayability via the.
Don't know why I play that. Those are no challenge levels. Okay.
Step challenges within the
I understand now. I tried to do the challenge though. They're really hard. Not joking.
2008, Portal Still Alive will be released on the Xbox Live Arcade, sitting at a price tag of around $15.
Crazy expensive. I'm joking.
Complete with all its original bonus features like developer commentary, advanced chambers, and a challenge mode, but it would also come with 14 little levels based off the Flash version map pack. Still Alive also contains an entirely unique achievement set. Besides the full rehashed achievements of Portal 1 that were updated, there were 8 entirely new achievements that will be added to Still Alive.
It is because it's the full game plus the new levels. Okay, thank
never
you.
End up on PC version of Portal to this day. These achievements actually had fascinating challenges, such as Out of the Blue, where once a player got the fully powered portal gun, they would have to play the entire game by only exiting out of blue portals, or even Is Anyone There? And
Jesus Christ, thankfully those achievements aren't there. That's crazy hard.
Regardless, when Still Alive released, it was reviewed really well among those who played it. People were happy to jump back into a Portal game and experience some brand new challenges, though some people were puzzled at the exclusion of GLaDOS in the new levels and were hoping for more of her. The most interesting part of Still Alive's release is the fact that prior to it coming out, Doug Lombardi had stated the levels featured in Still Alive would not be brought to the PC version of Portal. He said that PC players...
Money. Wait, this is wrong. You're killing bears and getting the money. That's quite sad, but okay.
already had the levels
What the hell?
in the form of the TFE map pack, and thus there was no need for it. Only, however, this statement does not hold up so well post-release. While, yes, the core fundamentals of the puzzles were kept in check and unchanged, some puzzles saw radical changes, and some were just entirely unique. In more recent times, we even got the Portal Companion Collection.
Wait, no way.
This is a port of both Portal games that brought them to Nintendo consoles for the first time.
No way, that's so cute. So, hello, Shield Gamer, how are you? I finished Chapter 5, Slay.
Portal Still Alive in some capacity, which is
I still didn't try Deltarune though. I don't know if it's good. It looks good though.
Ported over to the Switch.
Of Deltarune Slay. Thank you for water.
With the bonus challenges included. So now it's a way, alongside the Steam Deck, to actually play these levels portably. Though you're probably just best off using a Steam Deck if you have the money to snag one, considering the cooler looking UI for Portal on there. Plus, you can probably just install both the original Flash version map pack.
Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, you know, I'm watching people playing it. Slay. Are people liking it?
Undoubtedly, though,
I hope people are liking it.
Some of the work done by hand
It was full of things. Slay.
Portal product in some capacity is amazing, especially with its origins dating back to the original Flash game.
Also say,
while this is where the
so on PC these levels are in the workshop. Ah, why didn't tell me that before? Mew is a secret boss. Mew from Pokemon? Jesus Christ, how? Okay, wait, sorry, it's cookie time. Don't spoil! No, I haven't seen it. Ah, okay. Okay, let me just print this. This is like this because my computer is crazy now. Okay, so hopefully you like this reaction time. Okay,